Hi again. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the first prototype of the new TextMesh Pro text input component, which is basically designed to allow users to input or edit text at runtime in the Gameview window. So this will be sort of a first where I'm actually recording the Gameview window as opposed to the user interface. So let's take a look at this new component. So right now what I'm running is the latest beta of Unity 4.6. This new TextMesh Pro component will be available basically on the plain TextMesh Pro object as well as the new UGUI TextMesh Pro object that's going to work with the Canvas and Canvas renderer and UGUI. This component is designed to be added to a TextMesh Pro object, at which point it makes this object possible to be edited in the Gameview window. So let's take a look at this initial implementation. So what I've got here is our cursor that I can move around up and down in the text. I can obviously edit the text, right? That would be kind of pointless if it couldn't. I can use my mouse to pick or move the cursor around to different locations. Right now, the click and drag or shift and sort of drag options are not in there yet, but I'm going to add those as well as the copy paste. Right now, all the different features of TextMesh Pro are still running in this mode. So for example, if I was to disable word wrapping, then word wrapping is disabled, but I can still click in and type and do whatever I want. Now here the letter is, I have hard masking on, so this is where roughly our text container or direct transform is, so that's why it got clipped. Let me put back word wrapping so we can see here kerning on and off. I only have the T and E in my kerning pairs. The auto sizing feature, for example, is fully operational. So if I was to resize in the other screen my text container, you'll see it resize. Now the reason why the text goes left and right is I actually have a camera script attached to it, and the camera is basically tracking the object, which is why as it moves off center, the camera, it looks like the object is moving, but it's actually the camera that's doing it. So pay no attention to that part. Okay, so let's go back. All of the alignment options are still operational, so center, text, right justified, full flush justified on both ends. All the word or character tracking works for the justified mode. Regardless of these modes, the cursor position will track where it's supposed to be. So which right there. Let me go back to left justified. Line spacing obviously is still operational. It will affect, oops, I still have auto sizing on. Let me disable that. So I was playing with character line spacing, for example, that's still all there, and our trusty character, whoops, a little bit too fast there, but our character spacing, and again, if I move my cursor around, you can see that it's still tracking through our different characters. Let me go back this to 0. Next, in terms of the editing stuff, all of our normal rich tags do work. So if I want, I can add a color, something like we'll pick orange. Let's go 8000, kind of a sort of orange color. Let's add, for example, let's make this allow users to input. Let's make this bold. Go back here and cancel bold, /B. Once you have a tag in place, obviously the tag is kind of hidden behind there. You can still get to it like I just did here. It's not the most intuitive thing, but it's not much that I can do to make the hidden tags kind of be intuitive. They are hidden. So in terms of other tags, so let's make this guy size equal percentage 125%, so it's going to be bigger. You can see that our text down here exceeded the size of our container. So me go in my UI on the other side and expand it. Let's go back here and say and the size. Now I did that. If you look at the cursor, this is our normal size. As we get to the larger text, then the cursor does get bigger. I'm basically mirroring what Microsoft Word does. So now let's see here. I can edit here obviously, but if I was running a script or something behind the scene, filtering the inputs or whatever stuff, I can still go in my UI panel and change stuff. Like I just made this component word smaller now. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? That's kind of it for these options. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. Let's throw in another color here. Make something, well, I was going to say pretty, but maybe not. So there you have it. So basically, this is the first prototype of the text input component for TextMesh Pro. Obviously, the goal is to have that ready for when Unity 4.6 is out. I'd like to get it out earlier for TextMesh Pro. The next release of TextMesh Pro is going to be 0.1.45, which will have the new text container. That's all in preparation for basically this new component and UGUI. So that's it for today. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post. Once again, thank you for watching.